So we've got to a stage where you've got a plan, you know exactly what you're doing, you've done your research into the company, you're feeling comfortable with the business, and you're really starting to be set up for success. So what you need to do on the next step is you need to start measuring success. Now, businesses use different types of ways to do this, but one of the best ways and easiest ways for you to do it as an SDR early on in your career is to set smart objectives. You can do that daily, you can do it weekly, and you can do it monthly. But you should always have smart objectives set up to understand if you're being successful or not. So what are smart objectives? So smart objectives are basically there to help you achieve your goals, and broken down, obviously smart says, you know, specific is a specific goal that you're trying to achieve. So that might be, I am going to call 50 customers today who are like Virgin because I'm selling a solution that's like Virgin. So I'm going to find and call 50 companies which are similar to Virgin. Therefore, you're setting a real specific kind of goal of what you're trying to do, or an objective of what you're trying to do, and it's quite clear. It's measurable because you're saying, I'm going to call 50. I'm going to call and find 50. So you've set a measure of what it is. If you call 49, you've not hit it. If you call 55, you've gone above it. Yeah. Now, you can also measure against percentages and other ways of doing it, but usually it's easier if you put a numerical value against it or a percentage against it. So it's really, really clear that you're measuring, have I achieved that or not? The next step on will be, is it achievable? So what you don't want to do is say, I'm going to ring 4,000 people in a day, because that's unrealistic. It's not going to happen. And what you're going to do, you're just going to be demotivated. It's not going to help you towards your goal because you're setting yourself unrealistic targets. So you need to set yourself things which are really achievable that you can go out and reach. We're not saying set yourself totally easy stuff, because you want to test yourself, you want to, you know, really challenge yourself, as we talked about earlier. That growth mindset is about challenging. But what we don't want to do is make it totally unrealistic where you demotivate yourself, and it's not going to help anyone. The next thing you need to make sure is it's relevant. So what you don't want to do is say, I'm going to call 50 companies, you know, like Sky, if you're not working with companies like Sky. There's no point in doing it. So when we say about, I'm going to call 50 companies like Virgin, and you're in that market, it's relevant to the market. So therefore, it's going to help you towards whatever the long-term goal for you is, which would be obviously hitting your revenue target, hitting your quarterly target, hitting that promotion, whatever it might be. You have that long-term goal that you want to achieve, and therefore your smart objective every day, week, month needs to be relevant to that and relevant to hitting that. And finally, it needs to be time-bound. So when I talk about those 50 companies that I'm going to find and call, obviously there needs to be a time on it. So what we need to do is we need to say, I'm going to do it within a day, and therefore that's then a relevant objective. It's achievable, it's measurable, and it's very specific. So you can also set objectives, you know, for time bound, which I'm going to do X amount in a week, I'm going to do X amount in a month. And what that does is it just enables to bring some structure and be able to let you measure success. There's also something that organisations use called OKRs, which are more kind of long-term if you're looking for a goal, or if you're looking to achieve something over a longer period of time. So OKRs are great if you're thinking about kind of like your objective is to get a promotion, and you're looking in the long version of like, I want to be an AE by the time, you know, I've been at this business for 6 months. What you do is you set that objective, and then the KRs are key results beneath that. So what you do is you set key results which are going to help you achieve that. So a great example would be, you know, my objective is I want to be an AE by the time, you know, I've been in the business 6 months. And so my key results for that are, I'm going to make sure I'm 120% of target. I'm going to make sure that I hit all my KPIs, you know, and hit 120% of my KPIs. I'm going to ensure that I've actually mentored a teammate and helped them increase their performance by X. And what it does is you're setting key results out which are going to help you towards that long-term goal. Smart objectives then feed into that in terms of what happens more day to day. So the whole point of this is looking into smart objectives and OKRs is it helps you measure success. And if you start measuring your success, you can then start understanding where you need to improve and where you probably, you know, need to spend more time to make sure that you are growing every day and becoming better and better as a salesperson, and therefore going to be more successful. Check out the next video. Look forward to speaking to you then. Cheers.